for this invisible living star. Living with God is normal and natural. Living with Baba means living as a being that has no story. As the moment is passing by, it is becoming a dream. This is a very important fact to notice and to see, to really be who you are in every moment. This is living with God means. Living with Baba means to know I, the being, am unborn and undying. I am light. I don't need thinking to exist. I am light. Birth and death of the body is merely a change for Baba. So living with Baba means living as he lives. And what makes it easy to see how he lives are two components of surrender, internal and external. learning to disengage from the mind and keep bringing the attention back to self and Baba. You cannot forcefully lower the importance of the mind. But can take the life force away from it. And what fuels it is your attention and interest. Like for Baba, all beings are perfect angelic beings, and they can do no wrong. When I see how Baba sees, then the internal component of surrender becomes easy. Instead of living in mind identification, I know my life to be one with God. The being is absolutely bodiless. How often and how much do you really know yourself as a bodiless being? That is the second component of surrender. When you let go of your mind, now you let go of your body. Even in this moment, and you, the being, see your separation from the body. Don't go into feeling it, because the sensations of the body can be very overpowering. And that feeling feels real. Just know it. See this special costume given to you, which is not like a normal cotton cloth. But this costume has living element to it, a biological life to it. This is a very special costume. This costume has element of sensations to it. Element of being able to manifest an emotion and a feeling of the mind. So it's not a common costume. It's made up of flesh, bones, blood, cells. Very special. But understand that is the nature of this costume. What are you? Are you any of that? Are you the sensations of the body? Are you its movements? Are you a living light? Do you see the difference? You have no bones. The being of light has no blood. The being of light has no bodily sensations, no flesh. The being of light is free from movements. Now, when you enter the soil of this physical costume, which feels very solid, because one has been wearing this flesh and blood and bones costume for some time. Feels like me. I. Mine. Step away. Keep a distance. Can you see yourself? Now see how that body is also associated with a story. So Baba and I on one side, and body and story on the other side. And you see the story attached to the body. Is that your story? Is that you? What is that story saying? That story has some happy moments, some not so happy moments, some joy, some sorrow, some kind of image attached to this body. Which is not as solid as the body, but it's somehow attached to it. You, the soul, take yourself away from it with Baba and see. If you, the soul, was not using this body, are you carrying that story? Do you have a story as just a point of light? So body is solid. What about the story? It's not tangible. Body can be felt maybe, but the story cannot be touched. Body can be touched. So what is this story? Which has such a strong pull, seem to have such a strong pull. Leave it on one side and see yourself with Baba as that being with no body and hence no story. Then who are you? Silent being with Baba, who are you? Can you say anything about yourself without the body and the story? Is this tiny star anybody's mother, father? Is this tiny star carrying any past memories. Our soul is just a knower of all the stories. They are simply thoughts, energy of thoughts. It's just an energy. They're not concrete. They're not tangible. See the difference clearly. This disillusionment is essential. In your direct experience. Baba, the Supreme Light, and I, the living light. On one side, and what is the miraculous thing about this union? Nothing ever changes in this union. Constant, changeless background. Infinite power to love. Infinite power of purity. And from this tiny point, manifests a body attached to a story. Fascinating. All perfect when really kept separate. And even when it comes together, it's still perfect until body and story feels real and Baba and self feels like a concept. That is when suffering starts. So to end the suffering is also just 1 second. Stop seeking your truth in the story and through the body. Seeker itself is a part of the story in the mind. Its soul is, when identified with that seeker, then the suffering of that fictitious seeker appears to be my suffering. That is why this whole thing is such an illusion. Seeker is always discontent because it's fictional. Seeker feels, which is a thought, which is part of the story. So it feels, I can be happier in the next moment, more happy. Then maybe I will be even more happier in the next moment. Constantly chasing rainbows. All that needs to happen is awaken to your truth. There's no need to chase any rainbows. You already are that which you have been seeking. It is the death of the seeker. And resurrection of the knower. And that one, that which is the knower, is me, is you already in this moment. The dress, the costume of the body is already very loose. Doesn't matter how intimate those sensations feel. And these movements feel so intimate. It's not you. And doesn't matter how intimate these thoughts may feel, how important they may feel, and how that seeker feels so me. It's fictional. The real me, beyond it all. Your living light. Sure. Who wants to say anything at this point?
Every word of yours is so true, sister. Om Shanti Angel.
The body, you begin to break that spell, and you will find it's very useful for you through the day to use this costume and yet be free from its bondage. Because there's a constant sensation in this costume, constant. Yeah? Yeah. Loosen it up through the day many times. Yeah.
So how to this one feels there are times this one is able to see the reactions like before coming in, but there are times seeing but still fall into that. like few days, right? Like seeing, oh, this is coming. There was an email came and is like, oh, this person is playing game now. And then didn't listen and then read the same email like after 5 minutes, like, yeah, he's just saying the fact. And maybe he did not know. And then there are times the drama is like so, or the person gets so, and then slip. And then it's like,
It is body
why?
consciousness, nothing else. It is
Yes.
feeling this body and mind to be extremely real. And until this spell is broken, everything else is just theory in the mind. Knowledge is theory. Yeah. I really need to experience me as that being of light who has no body, whilst you're wearing the body. Absolutely, when you're wearing it, how do you experience yourself as that body, as that soul which has no body? How?
That question comes, and then this one catches the person going into that laziness. Nothing is needed, nothing. So
The
this
person is part of the laziness. The soul is asleep, right? Yeah.
how to avoid that trap is like
How
kind of
much
like,
time am I spending with me through the day where I am before going into karma yoga? Of course, karma is happening every moment. Every moment karma is happening. But am I spending time, some time in silence also with myself? Like what we just did in the class. It's something, am I really spending time during the day, whether morning, evening, afternoon, whenever you have time? Am I spending time like that with myself? And Baba, am I? Or I'm jumping straight into the thick of things?
in the morning, yes, but then as soon as gets down from the car and get calls, and
But
that's
even
when.
when I'm in the morning, is it really quality time? That is important, is it? See, dedication, consistency, interest in truth, all of these are extremely important ingredients to be bodiless whilst in the body. It is, although very simple, but it requires clear seeing.
Sister,
Mhm.
I feel if you're spending quality time just like this, we have spent half an hour with you. So you are so peaceful throughout the day. I can say not throughout the day, but most of the time you don't feel like talking, and you're so peaceful. Isn't it that? I feel like that.
Yeah, yeah. If you spend quality time with yourself, you will be. A
You don't
bodiless soul is coming on the field of action. There's nothing wrong with it.
you don't like to discuss anything, and sort of you feel so happy and so quiet, and so the half an hour I spent with you just now, I feel spent with Baba.
Yeah,
I I'm
Baba.
feeling so peaceful.
Mhm.
That is the experience I have.
Mhm. And then this is like your true peace is going to continue. So even if there's a certain sensation that comes in the body mind, you will still be very much in your awareness of that being that is so separate from the body.
Yeah,
so separate from the story of the mind. You will feel that, even if it's old sanskaras, which is the story in the mind. That story of old sanskaras is going, and still you will feel so separate.
Yeah,
It's
very true.
Yeah.
There are no questions, ifs and buts after that. Because you're sitting with Baba and so
Yeah.
peaceful.
Absolutely. It's like physical body wears this costume, cotton.
Yeah.
If you were given a costume which had even this physical costume, you put another costume on it, which has, let's say, 3D qualities of electric shocks or something in it. Yeah. On top of this costume, where you wear a costume which clearly has some kind of sensations and some kind of, in some movies they show some kind of electricity in that costume. But you wear those costumes and it gives you a completely different feeling of a different realm altogether. In some Hollywood movies, that they show it like that. Yeah. It's something very similar. When I, the soul, wear this costume, it's not an ordinary costume. So when we say the word costume for the body, it's not just, oh, okay, body is a costume and I'm a soul. No, no. This costume is extremely realistic. This costume has a very intimate story connected with it, along with what feelings it creates based on that story. Am I aware of that when I am living through the day? So then only can you truly be separate whilst you're using this body. So what makes you feel so heavy and so earthly? What makes you feel so earthly? A being that is unearthly is feeling earthly. What makes you feel earthly?
If
A
you're stuck
mind,
with thoughts only.
It is also the sensations which are responding to the thoughts in the mind. Just thoughts that are identified with, they manifest in the body in the form of sensations. And together, this costume has now trapped you. Trapped you in the sense, if you're not aware, you will feel you are that experience of mind, its thoughts manifesting in the body. Have you noticed it? So soul is wearing the costume called I and my sensations. I am the thought and my sensations are me. And this really is like, what do you call?
Pulling you.
Yeah. If you can really see the experience of it, then the knowledge is not intellectually just something that you're repeating over and over again, but now you're experientially seeing it. You've shattered the illusion completely. So shattering of this illusion is needed on day-to-day basis, because this is too tightly worn, too tightly. Yeah?
Best thing is to be in Atmic Sthiti all the time.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
That's
And to
all.
be aware of the body and be thankful for it. Absolutely thankful.
Yeah.
Yeah. Knowing the miraculousness of this body and miraculousness of your existence, both. Body is a miracle too. It's a
Yeah.
miracle, an absolute miracle. And along with that, soul is a miracle too. Yeah?
It's true.
Yeah. Even at this moment in time, I, the being, can see and feel the sensations. And I can see how I, the being, am a being of light. And there is this costume with sensations. And this costume with sensations is so unique for each one. But it feels alive because I, the being, am using it and wearing it. But I, the being, am so separate from the body. Hmm? Stimulation, assimilation. Sorry, today I just feel like being that soul separate from the body. And it's extremely nourishing for the being and nourishing for the body. As Baba said in one of the Murlis, just like soul is combined with body, you are also combined with Baba. So there's a Murli on combined form where Baba has spoken about it. Separate the soul from the body. Separate the soul from the mind. And combined with me. You want to be in silence today?
Yeah. That's what I wanted to say.
Hmm. Feel this difference. Let's spend some more time, 10 to 15 minutes. Feel the difference. Out of respect for this costume. Keep yourself on one side with Baba and keep the body and mind, the story on one side, on the other side. Understand the nature of the physical reality of your manifestation, and also understand the nature of you, the unmanifest reality. Combined with the Father. So with Baba, just see whatever is happening in the body, maybe a pleasurable sensation, maybe a peaceful sensation, maybe pain or unpleasurable sensation. It doesn't matter. It is the package of the bundle of sensations. It's not you, the living light. Separate. Just observe these sensations without labeling them or judging them. But know you are not them, but you're making it possible. Be more interested in your sensation less presence. And see how this is feeling so constantly changing and feeling real. But one is to feel real, one is to be real. So being real is beyond sensations of the body. Light that I am. It's not inert light. It is that light of awareness. Life itself. And you, the life, see the palpable body, pulsating, but you are the living presence, the awareness. combined with Baba, both bodiless. Get out of your mind to know yourself. Baba and I can see that Baba and I don't have a story. Baba and I are living presence. How does it feel to be storyless and bodiless? There's nothing to define you, not a single thought or a word. See how okay you are being that undefinable being. Just a pure soul. And on the other hand, you have a bodysuit. to be able to experience the physical world and physical feelings and physical thoughts. And it's okay to have a human experience. And what is human experience? Experience of mind and body. Do you see how you, the soul, can experience every moment a different sensation? Every moment could be a different mental state, or maybe same for some time, and then it changes a little bit later. Who's experiencing this? You, the pure, silent awareness, the living light. More you know you, your truth of being love also touches your body and your mind. They both get nourished with the presence of the living, loving light. Physical world is nourished with the vibrations of this living, loving light. nature mothered the soul for a long time. Now the soul is mothering nature, mind, and body. Greatest service is to be detached from the body, from the mind, and the nature. So throughout every day, just see, really keep a separation of you, the living, pulsating being of light, bodiless, incorporeal being of light, experiencing the body, which is a bundle of sensations. A bodiless being experiencing a body which is a bundle of sensations. Separate from the sensations. A being of light that is thoughtless, because pure mind is merged in the soul. So thoughtless, experiencing a mind filled with stories. They are not your truth. They are just stories in a storybook. Happen to be that book is the mind. So even the book is kind of special book, which is your mind, and body is a special costume of sensations. So that character in the book, the storybook, it's as though it comes to life using this body. But who's the witness of it all? Silent being. There's nothing wrong with the mind as the book and body as the costume for that character in the book. The whole purpose is, when we come here, is to have this experience. But now it's time to finish the book and restart again. But remember, self is always and forever out of the storybook, the reader of the book. But right now it feels like that imagination from that story mind using this body has come to life. But really, this is all part of that beautiful imaginary game of mind and body. Soul is just silent witness. So keep attention towards Baba, and all of this will be seen with clarity. Because that's how Baba sees it. So living with him is living as a silent witness, observer of this 9D experience, 9-dimensional living drama of mind and body. So be the truth. And enjoy the immersive experience, but separate from you.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba.
Om Shanti. Thank you, Baba. Thank you, Baba.
Thank you, Baba.
Thank you.
Thank you, Baba. Om Shanti.
Om Shanti. Thank you very much.
Shanti.